Welcome back to MMA Al Dente. I am the guy who picked Darek Minner to defeat Shayilan Nuerbandieke. And I'm here to talk about Steve Garcia versus Shayilan Nuerbandieke. Steve Garcia is 13 and 5, 30 years old, and he's got 4 inches of height and 4 inches of reach on Shayilan. Shayilan's 28 years old. He's got a record of 39 and 10, and Darek Minner threw that fucking fight. But anyway, still can't hold it against Shayilan. He did whatever he wanted to do, what he was planning on doing, I'm sure, which is destroying his opponent. But still, Shayilan is definitely a good fighter. You know, even with that fucking bullshit, he's still a very good fighter, and he's done well in the UFC. He lost his debut to Joshua Kulabau, and then he rebounded with now three wins, including the Darek Minner fight. And yeah, he's a really good fighter. He's got more TKOs than anything. 39 wins. He's got 19 of them via TKO, and then 10 subs, 10 decisions. And in the UFC, I've been impressed with his wrestling. And I think he's going to need that to beat Steve Garcia, and I expect him to use it. I think both these guys will throw down, but Steve Garcia is the guy who wants to. And with his height and reach, I think, Shayilan would be foolish to play into Steve Garcia's hands. Steve Garcia's a fucking brawler, and he hits really hard. He knocked Chase Hooper down like 10 times before finishing him in 90 seconds or whatever. And he's only been knocked out once by Mahashate in the UFC, but that was him just, that's going to happen when you're going full kill mode. And that could happen here. I mean, he could get caught, but I think still Shayilan would be best served to get inside that reach and get him to the ground because Steve Garcia has been neutralized there. He's got 3 decision losses in his career, and the 1 TKO that I mentioned, or KO really, to Mahashate, and 1 submission to Elon Cruz. The 3 decision losses, though, are all to UFC level guys: Luis Pena, Joe Warren, and Ricky Tercios. Joe Warren, if you don't know, was definitely UFC level in his prime, even though I think this was him on his way out. But still, no shame in any of those losses. He's only lost to really good guys. But Steve Garcia still seems like a limited fighter, and I think he's certainly capable of being exploited as a brawler at the UFC level here. And that's what I'm expecting from Shayilan. I think Shayilan is a guy that has better wrestling, has really good control, really good control. And even if he is on the feet, I mean, he can throw down too. I wouldn't put it past him to knock Steve Garcia out. Shayilan's got good hands. He's just up against it physically here, in my opinion. But I'm going with Shayilan Nuerbandieke. I think he's going to take Steve Garcia down. I think he's going to survive any moments if he finds himself in danger, and maybe even put Steve Garcia in moments. But really, he's going to win this fight with wrestling. And it's something I've seen from him recently at the UFC level. He's coming into his own, and he's a wrestler. And I think that's what's going to win him this fight. So Shayilan Nuerbandieke, I've got him by decision at plus 250, although those odds have disappeared. And I had him at minus 200 too in a parlay, but now his odds are down to minus 180. So there's definitely some movement. I don't know where his decision line is going to be at when it comes back, but if it's at plus 250, that's what I saw the value on, because that's what I see from this fight. I see him winning a decision. Like, share, subscribe, all that horse shit. Check out my other videos.